After hearing a lot of discussions related with peace, reconciliation, apathy, altruism, theoretical aspect of the peace. Basically, I'm a man in last 30 years in my intense medical practice. We generally face the practicality of the peace. The practicality of the peace means we know where the peace is getting disrupted, to what extent the peace is getting evolved as a physician. Ragadi rogan sadadanushaktan asheshakaya prasudan asheshan alsugya moha aradi dan jaghan yo abhurva vaidyaya namostu tasmai. This is the first shloka of Ashtanga Hridaya. A very well learned, high qualified Sangrahakara, we call Samudragupta, who had written this one, because he faced the real essence of the peace and struggle of the human life, lastly committed suicide by writing few words in the Ashtanga Sangraha. Whatever I wrote is meant for the humanity, where I can able to see, where I can able to feel the original peace. Medicine is not a few prescriptions. Medicine is not merely disease and deformities. Ultimately, medicine or medical science represents evolving and evaluating the peace in general sense. Hidahidam sukham dukkam ayustasya hidahidam manam chatayatrayatroptam sa samadhanam uchyade. This is one of the shloka from Susruta Samhita. Where there is sukha, where there is asukha, we, the Vaidyas, Vaidya means Visheshajnani. It's not. Vaidya is not a person who is treating. Those who has committed to the society is called Vaidya. Because I know the system Ayurveda is one of the highly evolved, the political system of India. Proudly I can able to say Ayurveda, more than a medical system, it's a political medical system. We deal the politics. We deal the regular day politics. The politics is not in the sense of the regional politics. The politics in a very colossal manner. Wherever there is a sukha, where there is a asukha, to make asukha into sukha, to become a tool in between, is called a samadhana, is called a treatment. But actually, it is happening or not? It's not. The symbol, because wherever I go, we are living in a world of definitions. Without the definition, no science can be fulfilled. Wherever you go, whatever you speak, immediately ask definition of the subject. Throughout the globe, I travel on behalf of the government, on behalf of the organizations, and even peacekeeping, some programs. They used to ask me a single question, give me a single, very precise definition of health. So I respect Charaga, I respect Shrusuda, I respect Madhavacharya, I respect Sharngandhara, I respect Bharadwaja, and I respect William Osler, a man who stands for the modern medicine. All these people stand in one line, but it's very elaborately told. What is medicine? Medicine is the travel from comfort to happiness. Medicine is the travel from comfort to happiness. Wherever there is happiness, there is health. Wherever there is comfort, there is medicine. Medicine is comfort. Health is happiness. We, the doctors, in one way or another way planning to put a person from comfort to the happiness. Even doctors are not comfortable and not happy. Then what we will do? So I'll give a very simple example. We are not negating against the comfort. We are not against the comfort. But should not keep always in comfort is a little limitation. Example, a cot you are lying is 1 lakh or 2 lakh. I have one of my patients who brought a cot which is costed 12 lakhs. He's sleeping in Ahmedabad comfortably. Then he called me one day to see this particular cot, and he told us there is no need of any comment. If you give a comment, our relation as a friendship will vanish off. Why? I require only one thing, whether it is good or bad. And I told it's difficult. Whenever we see an object, we will give a comment. Because doctors are commentarians. We do comment. Then he told no. Then what happened? One day we together gone to Ahmedabad. It's a city, little outskirt Ahmedabad, to attend a religious function. After returning in a very chilly, cold December month, around, in Gujarat, those around 5 to 7 or to 10 years back, very chill during the December, this same time. So we reached in a Char Rasta. The time we reached, it's very chilly. So we go and take a kitli. Kitli means the bucket tea, the tea vendors. And once the time we are having this TV, we see a lump of stone pieces a little away from our area. And something is there on the top of the lump. Then we both of us gone there. The time is 1 o'clock. Mid-December. The bone and the fleshes are getting chilled. A small little girl around 4 to 5 years is sleeping there. And she's not having any coat over coat. We have a coat over coat, a sweater, blanket. Still we are trembling. Then I called my friend, told, see, this girl is sleeping. Then I told, okay, now I'll give a comment regarding with your cot. The cot you purchased, the lump where the small girl is sleeping, after 12 o'clock, both of you are in same condition. 12 o'clock. Why? The cot is comfort. Sleep is happiness. My friend is sleeping in a palatial house, and his house we can able to make a FIFA football cup ground. It's a huge 450 square feet bedroom. But he used to sleep with a 2 medicine I used to prescribe to him. So, not to get disguised. This is the thing. If you buy a cloth which costs around 1 lakh, another person is buying a cloth around 2,000, 3,000. The value of the cloth is comfort. The cloth is happiness. The vehicle by which you are traveling, you can travel by Mercedes-Benz, you can travel by jet, you can travel by flight, a chartered flight, like okay. Even nowadays, from the bedroom to the bathroom, people are seeking vehicle support. From the bedroom to bathroom, and we are quarreling and shouting that lifestyle diseases and lifestyle cure. So, vehicle is your comfort. The journey is happiness. Once we discriminate and realize these two things, peace is going to be practical, unless until the peace is only a literary jargon we use. We used to feel. Medical example in my personal practice. If an asthmatic patient, a migraine patient, hypothyroid, diabetes, autoimmune diseases, is it possible to accept and expect peace? You heard about a word called autoimmune disease, very, very classical example of the peace that we are perceiving in the universe. Autoimmune. What is autoimmune? It's a fight between within. In a family, there is a fight. In our body, there are two things are fighting and your immunity is getting compromised. That is called autoimmune. The same thing is happening in a human life, in a very comfortable family. If one person became a rebel, what is going to happen? If brother or son or father or mother became a rebel, is it possible for you to throw him off? No, it's a part and parcel of your human life. And you won't be able to accept it. Then what is the solution? A conflict in the body, which reflect as rheumatoid arthritis, sickle cell anemia, sickle cell diseases, SLE, psoriatic arthritis. We are still in dilemma. We don't know. What we will do? We give immunosuppressants. Because this problem comes due to increased immunity. Because you are planning to evolve more peace. If more peace comes, the lack of immunity can develop. You will susceptible for anything, so that you will develop additional infectious disease. So what is required in that condition? We require regulation. We are searching for regulatory medicine to field this kind of a disease. The same kind of a regulation is needed in the universe or in the earth. Then only we can able to have a proper peace. I'm in the panel of Honorable PM. When he was CM in Gujarat, that time we started having the discussion how we can able to inculcate a medicinal peace. Now we are in the verge that diabetes is going to be a curable disease. Happily we can say now, we are reached into that level. Tomorrow, maybe within 5 to 6 years, we will come with a protocol, diabetes is curable. But we don't know what is going to have a new era of diabetic synergy. So, in each houses, the disruption of peace we have seen. I'm talking about the very small piece. I'm not looking into the huge dimension of those pieces. The peace in your house, in the society, will reflect in the entire universe. Okay? Early morning, if you to go to house, we used to. What is the fight is going in house? Most of them in our Gujarat, in North India, the school starts at the early morning, 6 o'clock. The child is in the bathroom. Husband is about to go to the office. He is searching for another bathroom. Wife is preparing some food and she want to go to bathroom, and there is 2 bathrooms. There is a quarrel for bathroom. And the children doesn't know how to defecate in the morning. Most of the children in the early morning attending the schools and nursery schools, they don't know. So there is an interesting case. I written a very emergency letter to one of the principals that you have to have a provision for child to go to the toilet. Otherwise, I'll write a particular sentence case that, you are the cause for intussusception, There is a very devastating disease is approaching in children nowadays. Intussusception means your intestine get clogged. If you are not able to defecate properly in the morning, the intestinal motility will reduce. We heard about a disease called IBS, irritable bowel syndrome. This is happening, and a child has to having an intussusception by sermons of the speech will get any result. The peace has to originate from each small houses in the society, then it can replicate into the universal level. I told in diabetes cases, 2029-30, we are going to be the reservoir of diabetes. 69.3% of people are already diabetes. 23% of the people are diabetic, but they don't know. and remaining 5 to 10% are incurable diabetes, even though we are searching for. In this condition, can we make a slogan in peace, peace, peace? No. As a physician, as a social activist, the peace is a reality in front of me. I'm going to tell the government that, CCA, Constipation Commission of India, has to become than CII. Constipation became a national disruption problem in India now. Early morning, unless until you are not able to defecate properly, how you can able to stand in a dais to say that, Vladimir Putin and Zelensky to stop the war. I think in a CA commission comes, one commission goes to Russia. There is a solution for war. Most of the war may erupted from constipation. That's we are feeling like that. Because in a disturbed mind, the bowel movement is small. It's not a joking thing. If your mind is disturbed, the rhythm of the intestine is losing. This is called peristalsis. This is a reaction, this is a movement which is 100% connected with your mind. Your mind is not calm. Your bowel movement is not comfortable. So we require solution for the peace. In Ayurveda, there is a term called Janapada Udvamsam. Janapada Udvamsam. We the people, our gurus have started shouting Janapada Udvamsam, Janapada Udvamsam. What we done creatively against that? We destroyed our resources. That respected the lady who spoke about the plant conservation. I'm a person who studied Mrigayurveda, Palakapya Samhita. I know how to treat elephants. I treated elephants in Punayur Kota in Guruvayur. I know. I studied that one. Vrikshayurveda. When we say the puja to the vriksha, then entire the so-called Buddhijeevis used to say, are you bringing the deprived or petrified images into our culture? No. The area where we live, that area is also deserving for so many creatures, and we are arresting and disturbing their livelihood. So at least we can able to do one solace that, we can able to ask them, let give pardon, and me, I'm going to construct something in this mud. This is a Kshamabana. At least a Kshamabana may create a little bit of a comfort in the human mind. In a social and preventive medicine, we call Swastavrta. Food brings peace. Reality, this food, has got 3 components. Sushma Bhava, Madhya Bhava, and Sushma Bhava. All food has got 3 components. The gross, subtle, and beyond that. The gross portion of the food became our excreta. The middle portion of the food became our human body. Another small, the Sushma Bhava is going for, became our mind. So food dissect and food create your characteristic. We studied in the jail the food that we give to the criminal elements. So Ahara Upacharana, Dinacharya, Ruducharya, this has to be implemented into our human life. Then we will start respect the food. Unless until we don't know how to respect and how to utilize the food. How you can able to think about the sustainability of the peace? Ruducharya. Kalartha karmanam yogo hina mitya adimatraga samyak yogesya vijñeyo roga arogya karanam. I think this is enough for a simple definition of prevailing or want to know about the peace. Kalartha karmana yoga, mithya yoga, adi yoga, hina yoga. What is happening? In midst of the December, we have a downpour. In March, extreme winter, called Mithya Yoga. Who is responsible? Janabadodhamsa. Who is responsible for Janabadodhamsa? We. We create a problem. We say that there is disruption of the peace. We are searching for the peace. A peace already we disrupted. And disrupted peace we want to evolve. We want to bring it out from the destruction level. So very simple is how we can able to, even a medical man, I'll say you, no medicine will give you comfort, happiness. Medicine is comfort and health is happiness. To attain that level, to attain that stage, we have to have compassion. A doctor in a mind is a devil in a pocket nowadays. Now, I had seen the exact peace during the COVID time. I'm a national coordinator. Those days, a doctor in Ahmedabad, running behind the crematoriums. We are not running for hospitals. We are running for crematorium. So we realized what is peace. Peace is, not to get misunderstood. We go to another shop, we go to a pan parag shop, we go to a grocery shop, give me 1 kilo of peace. It's not possible. So my humble request is a realization, realize what we have shortage, what we are lacking, and whatever the religious scriptures or the doctrines or the science or the legitimacy, whatever it mentioned, we lose to implement it. Almost all the day we are radio wave-like discussions. Radio wave-like discussion means somebody is to speak and somebody is to sit to hear that one. We need a solution. And solution comes, okay, dialogues are important. And beyond that, implementation, unless until we don't have the capacity to implement rules and regulation, merely speaking or taking the adjectives from the religious scriptures or the other things, okay, that will fulfill our intellectual inertia. But it is not going to be the societal improvement. I think as a doctor or a teacher or a professor or an advocate need to implement what we studied. No, as a medicos, we are started correcting. We are not writing medicines now. A duty of the doctor is not to prescribe the medicine, is to educate what is medicine and what is medical system. So one way, I'm so happy that, education, the proper education will change a lot of things. I have a lot of bombs in my hand, but the time is very, very small, because if I say something that disrupts our speech, one is our hormonal system. We will discuss about the criminality. No, the criminal. We caught the criminal and we said that, this, and he is from that situation, he is from that culture, and he is having this background. Nothing. 80% of the criminality is due to the hormonal disturbance. The criminal has to be properly treated. Reconciliation is not possible unless until the proper treatment. I know one case which I was very directly involved, one Soumya case in Kerala. She was brutally raped and thrown out from the train. And the culprit is simply sitting in the jail and eating 3 times. When he was caught, his weight was only 45, now he is 75. And the court told there is no evidence. Soumya's mother is wandering from one area to another area still for the justice. And what the justice told? There is no evidence. Do you feel the peace will come to our safety? No. Here, a practical man, I'm a very practical man. because I used to see the difficulties daily. Even my mother comes and say there is nothing, no happiness from her. She also come and tell always. We the doctors used to hear complaints. Nobody come and approached and told, doctor, are you happy? No. Doctor, this is our problem. So we are standing for the result. How the peace result will evolve? Dialogue and implement the rules and regulation. I'm very thankful to Vishnu Mohan Foundation for giving such an option, because in a doctor's presence in this discussion is more disturbing because we used to see the reality almost all day. And I am a doctor who had done 7 MRI scan in a dead body. I gone and questioned him when I told how to run a hospital. In that world we are searching for peace. There are a lot of stories are there. But my humble request, Vishnu Mohan Foundation, I know Swamiji for a long time. We are from the same district. And Vishnu Mohan Foundation is the only foundation, I'll tell you. With the struggle even lasted 8 years, is standing for the implementation of the truth of the peace. No other foundation. And Swamiji's effort is a yeoman task. We have to respect him. A sannyasi, who is the original sannyasi, who has to stand. Sannyasam is a disease in Ayurveda. Sannyasam is a disease. It's called confusion. In Ayurveda, sannyasam is a disease. It's a mental disease. Apasmara, unmada and sannyasa. That sannyasa is different. This sannyasi is, that's why. So I still remember a word from Swami Vivekananda. Him I call a Mahatma whose heart bleeds for the poor. Him I call a Duratma. His heart bleeds for himself. His heart is bleeding for the poor. So he is searching for that. So under Vishnu Mohan Foundation we can able to evolve and inculcate a lot of heights in peace. Not the Kavala Prasanga. In Malayalam we used to say Kavala Prasangam because politician used to blah blah. Sigmund Freud, one who speaks loudly, hours and hours, he is expressing that I am not having anything to communicate into the society. That is happening. Sigmund Freud. And Jung is come and corrected. No, little more shout. And somebody told regarding with the liquor. I'll still, there is a word from Sushruta. Madhyam na peyam, he told, not to drink alcohol. He know that it's not practical. It is slowly diluted. Peyam was swalpam. If you are drinking, drink it little. He knew that it's not going to be practical. Then he told, Peyam subahuvariva. You started drinking with more water. So not to water it in the peace. That is my request. So they just there is a bone amputation. And they are divided, doctors are divided out. No, I'm really sorry because whenever I go and speak, after the speech it's going to be a medical conversation. So start asking about the disease and treatment and cure. See, sir, you are absolutely right, I'll give a small example of, you heard about arthroscopy and arthroplasty, the knee replacement, where the peace is getting disturbed. I'll give you. If you go to an orthopedician, he say that you can able to control the disease with a simple medications. He will prescribe a medicine for a week or 2. Then you continue the medicine for a week or 2. You will be comfortable. Then you yourself will stop the medicine. After the 2 weeks, the pain will restart. Then doctor will again consult. Will start with a second group of medicine. You take the second group of medicine. After 2 weeks, you stop it. Pain increase. Then he will recommend for you to physiotherapy. The same thing will happen. Then it already 4 weeks is gone. Then doctor say, come for the surgery. He already decided the surgery. He's already decided the surgery. Because why? It's difficult. Even for us, if you come first time, I'm telling that your knee has to be replaced. Either you will slap me, or I will make you run away from my room. So there is a consensus. It's called a diplomacy. So some diplomacy is disrupting peace also. So this is one. And second, how to prevent? This is a very good question. How to prevent a disease? Ahara, Nidra, Maidhunascha, Samadhanuchyante. Ahara, Nidra, and Maidhuna. These are the three pillars to sustain a peaceful human life. Maidhuna is not a sexual interaction as per the Ayurveda. It's called happiness. The word, it has to be used in the proper contextual meaning. Aharam is very important. No, see, the biggest, even for lifestyle disease, we know lifestyle disease and the doctor's recommending lifestyle correction. But doctor doesn't know what is lifestyle. Regarding the exercise, you know something about the exercise? How long, when, where? I used to walk 15 kilometers a day. Myself thought, my knee joints will get degenerated, my fellow doctors. Then I realized after walking 15 kilometers a day to cover around 22,000 footsteps, my health is that the pillar where I'm standing. That is called perfect Vyayama. Vyayama means it's not the 21,000 footsteps at a stretch in 24 hours. Food. Food means the climate-oriented food. It's a huge chapter. So I'm not disturbing the peace to evolve a new topic of food. So Tristuna is the answer for a healthy well-being.
I request Dr. Indra to give her summary on his speech.
We have so far heard two speakers. One online, the other one physically present, challenging formidable presence, I should say. What struck me was that we are looking at a subject, what's now called happiness quotient. We are looking for so many other indices and areas. On the other hand, we are still to retrieve, if we thought that we had already that happiness quotient, we are now searching for that. Dr. Jeyachandran spoke in gnomic English, I should say, very epigrammatic, unless he moved into technical details. For instance, how he defined lifestyle: Aharam, Nidra, Miduna, Maidhuna. And Maidhuna is happiness, part of the happiness quotient, and not mere appetite satisfaction. When we read neurological critics, positivist critics, Professor Panniselvam, we looked at this happiness arrived at through satisfaction of appetites, which brings you a kind of a neurological, I should say, comity within your body. So today, we are looking for a holistic view of life. Unfortunately, language has become cliched, but it is still what he was trying to say, how we must just think of a holistic view. But he was compassionate to us when he said, there is comfort, medicine is comfort. At the same time, health is happiness. That's what I meant by epigrammatic, almost gnomic way of putting it, like Naladiyar in Tamil. Not even Thirukural, Naladiyar in Tamil. Gnomic way of putting things. So he said, you have to think of this combination. I cannot simply say, here is happiness on a tree, I just pluck it. No, you must have the comfort, because caregivers are absolutely the order of the day today. And how much care they also require is a problem, sir. People who come to attend to us, they stay with us and so on. But caregivers are also highly stressed. It may be a paying job, but they are also highly stressed. And therefore, you talked about the need for medicine and also some kind of regulatory principle. It is there in the universe, not only in the system, but also in the universe. That is why I thought your talk was just trying to relate the microcosmos with the macrocosmos. As a student of literature, we often use that term, the microcosmos and macrocosmos. And the progressist was alarming, the way he spoke, that I mean, any disease for that matter. It was very alarming. At the same time, he talked about the three levels of even medicine or food: the gross level, the subtle level, and that which is beyond. He talked about a very mundane thing called constipation, but it is important. If you sit for long hours in conferences, what happens, you see? You have some problems. And so, he was, I think, stressing the need for harmony. And he also made a very alarming statement that in Ayurveda, sannyasa is a disease. Okay? So, that needs to be understood properly. So, I should think that this Swamiji has planned in such a manner this kind of session that there is an attempt to understand the here and the now, the concrete, the material reality for existence, at the same time, the subtle connection it has with the other dimensions of our life. So thank you very much, and I am sorry, Dr. Zahira, because I thought what little comments I have to make, you might find it useful. Thanks a lot.
Mr. Ishwar, to please come and honor Dr. Jeyachandran.